Yesterday we talked about if function in Excel, which allows you to make condition or make decision based on one condition. And I told you today we'll be talking about if and or if or, which allows you to make a decision based on more than one condition in Excel. Hi guys, welcome to day 25 of our 30 days of Excel series, and today we're looking at if function, but with other things like if and if or, and even nested if. Let's start with our AND function. AND function in Excel returns if true, if all conditions are true. If one is false, it returns false. Let's take this example. Let's say equals to one check if 57 is greater than 30 and 80 is less than 50 or equal to 50. Enter. Can see it's false because 80 is not less than 50, but the first one is true. The first statement is true, the second one is false. That's why it turned false. Both have to be true for it to return true. Now let's see what it's like to use AND and if function together. If this thing is this and this is this, return this. AND and if together. Let's assume we have the data set of student scores and attendance. What we want to do is we want to say if the student score is greater than 50 and their attendance is greater than 75, let's say they pass. If it's less than 75, if the attendance is less than 75, they don't pass, no matter their score is. But no matter what their attendance is, if their score is less than 50, they failed. So let's do it. So you can notice that we started with the if function first and then the AND function. Now we're done with we forgot our parentheses. So don't forget it. If you forget it, it won't work. And when you're working with if function, every symbol, everything is very important. You can't, anything you miss, you made a mistake. So you have to be very attentive and very intentional when you're working with if functions. Let's take another example. In this example, let's say we're awarding bonus to employees that their sales is more than 500,000 and they have a good rating. Let's say a good rating of 4.5. So if they have a good rating of 4.5 and their sales is more than 500,000, we'll give them bonus. Otherwise, you don't give them bonus. Let me show you how we go about it. Bonus or no bonus. So equal to if, start with your if, open bracket, and logical statement, if this is greater than or equal to 500,000, comma, and this is greater than or equal to 4.5. 4.5 is a good rating. These are our AND statements. Close parentheses. What should we do? If it's true, let's put it, let's say it's bonus, put it in quotation mark, put it in quotation, don't forget. But if it's false, no bonus. As simple as that. So you can see that 3 people have bonuses and 2 people don't qualify for bonus because their ratings are low or their sales did not meet up to the requirement. Now let's proceed to all functions. All functions Excel doesn't check whether both of them is true. You just need to check if one is true. As long as one is true, it will answer true. If two are true, it will answer true. If one is true, to answer true. If one is false, true. It only returns false when both conditions are false. Let's look at an example. Assume we want to give free delivery to customers that either VIP or they spent at least 100,000 naira. So either they spent at least 100,000 naira or they're a VIP customer. That's our criteria for giving them the free delivery or not. So we'll go to if logical test is all. So we say logical test 1 will be, is our amount greater than or equal to 100,000 naira? If yes, is our VIP equal to yes? So if it's VIP, don't forget to put it in quotation. Is it VIP? So if it's true, what do we do? If it's true, we grant them free delivery. So put your free delivery in quotation. And if it's false, put comma. So go to the next thing. If it's false, we say no free delivery to you. That is, let's say pay for your delivery instead. Yeah, pay for your delivery. Pay delivery free. Delivery free. That's better. There you go. This is it. I hope I understand. I hope I'm following. If you have any questions, I've always said, ask if you have any question. Ask. I will respond to you. So this is it. This is how mixing and or to if statements in Excel takes place and how to go about it. Let's proceed to nested if function. Nested if function basically has to do with putting one if function inside another if function. It is like asking a series of questions, asking plenty questions, and what you're saying is, if the answer is yes, stop. If it's no, continue going. Let's take this example. This is our former example that we use. We only put fail and pass. But what if we want to have grade system? We put just fail and pass. So if it's above 50, pass. If it's not above 50, fail. This was our former criteria for this first example we did. So what if now we want to say give grades to like A, B, C, D, and fail to the students instead of just restricting them to fail and pass? If function alone cannot do this, because if function just has to do with two conditions. So to do many conditions, you need and or nested if. But in this scenario, we use nested if. Let me just show you the grade system we're going to use to do what we're going to do now. This is our grade system we're going to use to carry out these tasks. So you can see it. 70 to 100A. You can see, just go through it. So this is the student grade system now. We want to assign A, B, C, and D and fail to it. So how do we go about it? Start equals to, write our if function. It's like writing a normal if function, just that where you are about to put if false, you put another if function there. So if true, you say what will happen if true. Assign A, comma. If it's false, now what you do to go to another if function. If his answer is no, move to the next question. Don't give me something else. If his answer is no, give to the next question until my answer is yes. If my answer now equals to yes, if my answer is yes, then you can stop. That's basically what it's saying. Just watch carefully. Now, I told you earlier that quotation marks, your comma mark, your parentheses, everything is important. It's very important when you are working with if function. Let me just show you what happens if you make a mistake, if you omit even the smallest of symbol, or the smallest of mark when you are working with if functions. Let me show you what happens first. Notice how we didn't put quotation mark in our field. So count the number of quotation parentheses you've used. That's how many are going to use at the end to close it. If there are five if function, there will be 5 quotation marks. Sorry, there will be 5 parentheses. Sorry, if there are 5 if functions, there will be 5 parentheses at the end of this thing. Okay, I think I made another mistake. I put 2 ifs here instead of putting 1 if. That was not intentional. But let me delete 1 if. Here we go. Enter. Now this looks normal, but go down. You can see that everywhere that has fail in it, it returned an error because Excel did not understand what you meant it to do when there's an F, when there's a fail. So you just have to put your F there, then redo it. Now Excel understands that if it's below 40, assign fail. Excel thinks it just says, for example, let's see this one with 35 that is fail. It says, is this number greater than or equal to 70? It's not. So we'll go to the next question now. Is it greater than or equal to 60? It's not. Go to the next. Is it greater than or equal to 50? Go to the next. No. Until he answers yes. When he now has a yes answer, it now return what you want it to return. Another thing I want you to note is the hierarchy is important when you're working with nested if function in Excel. So you have to start with the biggest to the smallest. Like start with no till you get to yes. I don't know if you understand this last statement. Like you can't start with D function, like if is equals to greater than or equal to 40, assign D. You can't start like that. You have to start from the highest to the lowest. That's all for today. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you all tomorrow.